Okay, so now I have the faceplate attached with all the screws onto the piece of wood we're going to turn. So now it's a matter of just getting it from here over to the lathe and screwing it on the lathe. So here we go. Okay, I have now attached the piece of wood we're going to turn onto the lathe, and you see in front of the lathe is my tool rest that is a floor type tool rest. Can't even remember where I got that. Geez, 15 years ago, and I just don't remember where. The tool rest is right off of the lathe, off of the regular banjo, and fits into that. So now we'll get started turning. And start. Okay, there's a couple of things that I'm going to be using that I prefer anyway. This is a trend trend air shield, and I like it because there's a filter in here that can be removed. That's like a pre-filter, and then inside there's another filter as well. So there's actually two filters in this. It doesn't let very much dust come in at all. They tighten up on the side, and it's got an air feed that is a battery, feeds a little fan, sucks air in, blows it down across, and you've always got fresh air. I always use a smock of some kind. I just don't really care for wood chips going down the front of my shirt. And before I told you that I have a number of different types of gouges. They're all ground to the Irish grind. I have a 1/4 inch, a 3/8, a 5/8, and a 3/4. And our roughing we're going to do is with a 3/4, and then some of the finer work will go down to the 5/8. I may actually even go a little bit smaller than that too. But basically, those are the tools. Those are the tools we're going to use today. The only thing is, extra that will be a little sanding device that I bought years ago. So, with that said, then we'll start turning a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is true up the front here, because when it turns, even though we did all the preparation and got everything to where it's nice and straight and even and all, it still wobbles. It's not true, and we're going to start off at 100 RPMs, and it's going to feel like it's going a lot quicker than that, but still 100 RPMs. My lathe is bolted to the floor, so it'll wobble some until we get it trued up, and then it'll be pretty even. This particular piece, you can see that this part right here, I hope you can see that, this part right here is heavier than the rest of the wood. So I can see that already just by spinning it. When we turn it on, I have a nice, it's still a little wobble. You can see the wobble right here. In here it's not doing very much at all. So I'm going to start off by rubbing the bevel, and you can hear it. Now you can use this chisel either where you're rubbing the bevel like we just did, or you can actually scrape with it. And scraping, you just do this, you just pull it along. It's either opened or closed. And it's a very forgiving grind on it. But at any rate, we do that a little bit quicker. We're gonna keep on just grinding away here. And you can hear as it comes around, you can hear where that high spot is. Okay, I've got it kind of trued, sort of, kind of, trued all the way across here. It's still a little out, but I've also turned the speed up to 135 RPMs. May not sound like a lot, but it makes a difference on when you're cutting. So I'm going to show you at the very end here how things cut. And you can see it's still a little bit out. When I get to the end, I'm not pulling, I'm actually rotating my body so that the end of the chisel swings. I've got it next to my body, and that's my lever. Otherwise you can catch at the very edge, and it can grab a hold of everything and screw everything up. Going to be as still as possible at the end. And I rotate. About like that. Take one more pass here to show you. So I'm kind of rubbing the bevel, then I'll close it a little bit and just pull it across. Now rotate. Yeah, a little too soon. So there. Now I'm going to kind of finish this up, and when I get to the point where I'm going to start my foot, we'll be right about in here, and then this is going to go further away and then round out this way. You can see where I've started the curve here.